Hello and welcome to Code Your English, the channel where you learn English and life skills at the same time. I'm happy you are here today. If you want to practice your listening, improve your English, and learn something useful for your life, then you are in the right place. Today's topic is very special and helpful. We are going to talk about how to improve your emotional intelligence. So, get comfortable, and let's start this journey together. First, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt sad, angry, or stressed and didn't know how to deal with it? Or maybe you had a hard time understanding what someone else was feeling. These are situations where emotional intelligence can help. Emotional intelligence is something that we all need, but many people don't really know what it is. That's why, in today's episode, I want to help you understand emotional intelligence in a simple way and show you how you can improve it step by step. So, what is emotional intelligence? In easy words, emotional intelligence means being smart with your feelings. It's about knowing your own emotions, understanding them, and also understanding other people's feelings. It helps you to stay calm when you're angry, to stay strong when you're sad, and to be kind when others are feeling low. Emotional intelligence is not something you are born with. It's something you can learn and grow, just like learning English. Why is it important? Because life is full of emotions. We feel happy, sad, excited, nervous, or worried almost every day. If we don't know how to manage these feelings, we can feel lost or confused. Emotional intelligence helps us to handle these emotions in a better way. It helps us in school, at work, in our relationships, and even when we are alone. People with high emotional intelligence are usually better at solving problems, working in teams, and staying positive during hard times. In this podcast, I will guide you through emotional intelligence in a way that's easy to understand. We will talk about the 5 important parts of emotional intelligence, and I will give you simple tips you can use every day. Don't worry if this is your first time hearing about this topic. I will explain everything clearly, step by step. So stay with me, and let's learn together. Not just to speak better English, but to also become better people. Because learning English is great, but learning how to understand yourself and others, that's even greater. What is emotional intelligence? Now that we've started talking about emotional intelligence, let's take a deeper look at what it really means. You might hear the words emotional and intelligence and wonder how they go together. Usually, when people think of intelligence, they think of school, tests, reading, or math. But emotional intelligence is different. It's not about how much you know. It's about how well you understand your own feelings and the feelings of others. In simple words, emotional intelligence means being smart with your emotions. It means you can recognize how you feel, understand why you feel that way, and choose how to respond to your feelings. It also means you can look at other people and understand what they might be feeling too. Emotional intelligence helps you stay calm when something goes wrong. It helps you avoid fighting or saying things you don't mean. It helps you work better with others, and it helps you become more confident and kind in your daily life. Experts say that emotional intelligence has 5 key parts. These 5 areas are very important if you want to improve your emotional intelligence. Let's go through them one by one, and I will give you simple examples to help you understand. The first part is called self-awareness. This means that you know what you are feeling and why. For example, Imagine you wake up feeling angry or sad, but you don't know why. A person with self-awareness can stop for a moment and think, why am I feeling like this? Did something happen yesterday? Am I tired or stressed? Self-awareness is like looking in a mirror, not to see your face, but to see your feelings. When you understand your emotions, you can deal with them in a better way. The second part is self-regulation, which means controlling your emotions in a healthy way. We all feel angry, upset, or frustrated sometimes. That is normal. But how we react to these feelings is important. Let's say your friend says something rude to you. You feel angry. A person with self-regulation does not yell or fight. Instead, they take a deep breath, stay calm, and speak politely. They think before they act. Self-regulation helps us make good decisions, even when we are feeling strong emotions. The third part is motivation. This means staying positive and working hard, even when things are difficult. A motivated person keeps going, even after they fail or face problems. For example, learning English can be hard. You might make mistakes or feel nervous when you speak, but motivation helps you try again. It helps you set goals like, I want to learn 5 new words today, and keeps you excited to learn more. Motivation is the energy that pushes you forward, especially when life is not easy. The fourth part of emotional intelligence is empathy. Empathy means understanding how other people feel. It means you can imagine yourself in someone else's place. For example, your classmate looks sad. Instead of ignoring them, you ask, "Are you okay?" Or, "Do you want to talk?" You try to understand their feelings. Empathy helps us become kinder and more caring. When you practice empathy, people feel safe and happy around you because they know you care. The last part is called social skills. These are the skills we use to talk to people, make friends, and build good relationships. Social skills help us to work in groups, share ideas, and solve problems together. A person with good social skills knows how to listen, how to speak clearly, and how to respect others. For example, when your friend is talking, you listen without interrupting. When you meet someone new, you smile and say, "Nice to meet you." These small actions make a big difference. They help you connect with people in a strong and healthy way. So, to remember again, emotional intelligence has 5 important parts: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Each part helps you understand yourself better and connect with others in a more positive way. The good news is, you don't need to be perfect in all of these areas. You just need to be open to learning and practicing. Emotional intelligence is not something you get in one day. It grows slowly, with time, with effort, and with practice. You can begin by observing your feelings and reactions every day. Ask yourself questions like, how am I feeling right now? Or, how did I react to that situation? You can also practice small things like listening better, being kind, and staying calm when you feel upset. These small actions, when done daily, can help you build strong emotional intelligence over time. In the next part of this podcast, we'll talk more about why emotional intelligence is so important in daily life, and how it can help you in school, work, and relationships. But before that, just take a moment and ask yourself, how well do I understand my emotions? That's a great first step. Why is emotional intelligence important? Now that we know what emotional intelligence means, you might be thinking, why is it so important? The answer is simple. Emotional intelligence can make your life better in many ways. It helps you think clearly, stay calm, and build strong relationships. It helps you understand yourself and others. It even helps you do better in school, at work, and in your daily life. Let's talk about how emotional intelligence helps in real life. You will see that this skill is not just something nice to have, it's something we all need every day. First, emotional intelligence helps you make good decisions. Every day, we have to make many choices. Some are small, like what to eat or what to wear. Others are bigger, like how to solve a problem or how to talk to someone when you're upset. When you understand your emotions, you can think more clearly. For example, imagine you are angry because your friend didn't reply to your message. If you react quickly, you might say something rude. But if you take a moment to understand your feelings, you may think, maybe they are busy or having a hard day. This small pause can help you make a better decision. People with high emotional intelligence think before they act. They don't let emotions control their choices. Instead, they use their emotions as information to guide their actions in a smart way. Second, emotional intelligence helps you handle stress. Life can be difficult sometimes. Maybe you have too much homework. Maybe you're nervous before an exam. Or maybe you are going through a problem in your family. All of these situations can create stress. When you don't know how to manage stress, you may feel tired, angry, or even sick. But emotional intelligence gives you the tools to stay calm. It teaches you how to take deep breaths, how to talk to someone about your feelings, and how to take breaks when you need them. For example, when you feel stressed about a test, instead of saying, "I can't do this," you can say, "This is hard, but I will try my best." That positive mindset comes from emotional intelligence. It helps you stay strong, even when life feels heavy. Another big reason emotional intelligence is important is because it helps you have better relationships. Relationships are a big part of our lives. We have relationships with friends, family, teachers, classmates, and co-workers. All relationships need understanding, kindness, and communication. When you have emotional intelligence, you listen better. You don't just hear words, you also try to understand feelings. For example, if your friend is sad, you don't say, "It's not a big deal." Instead, you say, "I'm here for you," or "Do you want to talk about it?" Small words like these can make people feel better and closer to you. Emotional intelligence helps you avoid fights, say sorry when you make a mistake, and forgive others when they do. These are the things that build strong and healthy relationships. Emotional intelligence also plays a big role in how well you do at school or work. Many people think that only IQ, or brain intelligence, is important for success. But many studies show that emotional intelligence is just as important, or sometimes even more important. Think about group projects at school. If you can listen, share your ideas clearly, stay calm when others disagree, and work well with your classmates, you will probably do great. That's emotional intelligence in action. Or think about your teacher. The best teachers are not just smart, they are also kind, patient, and understanding. The same is true for jobs. Most employers look for people who are not only skilled, but also good with people. They want someone who can solve problems, stay calm under pressure, and work in a team. These are all emotional intelligence skills. Even outside of school or work, emotional intelligence helps you live a better life. It helps you build confidence. It helps you enjoy your time with others. It helps you understand yourself more deeply. When you know how you feel and why you feel that way, you can take better care of yourself. You become more peaceful, more focused, and more positive. You don't get stuck in negative thoughts. You don't feel lost in strong emotions. Instead, you grow step by step into a more balanced and strong person. So, as you can see, emotional intelligence is not something far away or difficult to understand. It's something you can use every day. It helps you make smart choices. It helps you stay calm during stressful times. It helps you build beautiful relationships with others. And it helps you do better in your studies and in your job. These are all important parts of a happy and successful life. In the next part of this podcast, we will talk about how to actually improve your emotional intelligence. You don't have to be perfect to start. All you need is the desire to grow and learn. Step by step, with small actions, you can build a stronger emotional mind and a better future. How to improve your emotional intelligence. Now that we know what emotional intelligence is and why it is important, you might be asking, how can I improve my emotional intelligence? The good news is that anyone can improve it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to take small steps every day. Emotional intelligence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Let's talk about 5 simple parts of emotional intelligence and how you can grow in each one. These steps are easy, useful, and can be practiced in everyday life. Let's begin with self-awareness. This means understanding your own emotions. It's about knowing what you feel, why you feel it, and how your emotions affect your thoughts and actions. Many people go through the day without stopping to think about their feelings. But when you become more self-aware, you learn to pause and notice what's happening inside you. One way to do this is by keeping a feelings journal. Every day, write a few sentences about how you feel and what happened that day. For example, I felt sad when I didn't do well on my test. Or, I felt happy when my friend said something nice. When you write your feelings down, you begin to see patterns. You understand what makes you happy, sad, angry, or excited. You can also ask yourself simple questions like, why am I feeling this way? Or, what happened before I got upset? These questions help you look deeper and become more connected to your emotions. Self-awareness is the first step because if you don't know what you feel, you cannot manage it. Next, let's talk about learning to manage your emotions. This means controlling how you react when you feel strong emotions like anger, fear, or stress. Everyone feels these things sometimes. It's normal. But people with emotional intelligence don't let their emotions control them. Instead, they pause, breathe, and think before they act. One helpful way to do this is by practicing deep breathing. When you feel upset, take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out through your mouth. Do this a few times, and you'll start to feel calmer. Another simple tip is to count to 10 before you react, especially when you are angry or frustrated. This short pause gives your brain time to think clearly. It also helps you stay calm when things go wrong. For example, if someone speaks to you in a rude way, instead of shouting back, you can choose to stay quiet or respond politely. This takes practice, but with time, you will find it easier to control your emotions. Now let's look at staying motivated. Motivation means having the energy and desire to keep going, even when things are hard. Sometimes we feel tired or feel like giving up. But when you are emotionally intelligent, you learn how to stay focused and hopeful. One way to do this is by setting small goals. For example, if you want to improve your English, you can say, "This week, I will listen to one podcast every day." When you finish your small goal, give yourself a reward, maybe a break, a walk, or a small treat. Celebrating progress, even small steps, helps you stay excited about your journey. It's also important to stay positive. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," try saying, "I'm learning and I'm doing my best." Positive thoughts give you strength. You can also think about the good things in your life. Every night before bed, say or write down 3 things you are thankful for. This simple habit can change your mindset and keep you motivated. The fourth part is practicing empathy. Empathy means understanding how other people feel. It's about putting yourself in their shoes and trying to feel what they feel. This can be hard sometimes, but it makes your relationships much stronger. A good way to practice empathy is to listen more and talk less. When your friend or classmate is sharing something, don't interrupt or quickly give advice. Just listen carefully and nod to show you care. You can say things like, "I understand," or "That sounds difficult." These simple words make people feel safe and heard. Try to imagine how others feel in different situations. If someone is quiet, maybe they are shy or having a bad day. If someone is angry, maybe they are stressed or sad. Empathy helps you respond with kindness instead of judgment. It builds trust and makes you a better friend, classmate, or team member. The last part is building better social skills. Social skills are how we talk, listen, and connect with others. Good social skills help us make friends, work in groups, and solve problems together. One easy way to improve is by making eye contact when you speak to someone. This shows that you are confident and paying attention. Also, listen carefully when someone is speaking. Don't look at your phone or think about what to say next. Just be present. When it's your turn to speak, talk kindly and clearly. Use polite words like please, thank you, and sorry. These small words make a big difference. You can also practice small talk, short, friendly conversations like saying, "Hi, how are you?" or "How was your weekend?" These little talks help you connect with people and feel more comfortable in social situations. Remember, good social skills are not about talking a lot. They are about making others feel respected and understood. So these are the 5 simple ways to improve your emotional intelligence. Know your feelings, manage your emotions, stay motivated, understand others, and build good relationships. These steps may seem small, but they are very powerful. You can practice them every day, at home, in school, at work, or with friends. Emotional intelligence is not something you are born with. It's something you can grow with time, practice, and care. In the next part of the podcast, we'll go over some practical exercises and tips you can try today to start improving your emotional intelligence. Stay with me. There's more to learn and practice together. Daily habits to grow emotional intelligence. Now that we've talked about the 5 main parts of emotional intelligence, you might be thinking, okay, I understand the ideas, but how do I practice them every day? That's a great question. The best way to grow your emotional intelligence is through daily habits, small things you do again and again. These small actions can make a big difference over time. You don't need to change your life all at once. Just start with a few simple things each day, and soon you'll see how your emotions, relationships, and mindset begin to improve. One powerful habit is to reflect on your day every night. Before going to bed, take a few minutes to think about what happened during the day. You can sit quietly or write in a small notebook. Ask yourself some simple questions. What emotions did I feel today? What made me happy or stressed? Did I handle a situation well? Or could I do better next time? This quiet time helps you become more aware of your feelings and actions. It gives you a chance to learn from your day and grow a little bit more every time. You don't need to write a lot, just a few short sentences are enough. What matters is that you start to understand yourself better. Another good habit is to write down one thing you are grateful for each day. Gratitude means being thankful for the good things in your life. It could be something big, like your family, or your health, or something small, like a nice cup of tea, a smile from a friend, or a sunny day. When you focus on the good, you train your brain to stay positive. This helps you feel more calm and happy, even during hard times. You can do this in the morning or at night, whatever works best for you. Many people find that gratitude makes them feel more motivated and less stressed. Kindness is also an important part of emotional intelligence, and it can be practiced every day. Being kind doesn't mean you have to do big things. A kind word, a smile, helping someone carry their bag, or saying thank you are all small acts that matter. When you are kind to others, it also helps you feel better inside. Kindness builds better relationships and brings people closer. It also helps you stay connected to your own feelings and the feelings of others. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment. Look around you, and you'll find many small chances to be kind every day. Another helpful habit is taking time to really listen to people. In today's busy world, we often listen just to reply, not to understand. But when you truly listen, you learn more and show others that you care. Try this. The next time someone talks to you, put away your phone, look at them, and give your full attention. Don't interrupt. Just listen. You can nod, smile, or say, "I understand," to show that you are paying attention. Listening is a skill that improves your empathy and your social connections. It also helps the other person feel respected and understood. There are also other small habits that can help. For example, you can take a few minutes each morning to plan your day and think about how you want to feel. You can ask yourself, what can I do today to stay calm and focused? Or, how can I be kind to someone today? These small questions guide your actions and help you stay aware of your emotions. You can also try breathing exercises when you feel stressed or overwhelmed. Just taking 3 deep breaths can calm your mind and body. By adding these small habits into your daily life, you are training your emotional intelligence like a muscle. It may take time to notice the change, but little by little, you will become more aware, more patient, and more connected to others. You will feel more confident in yourself, and people around you will feel more comfortable with you. So, take it step by step. Start with one habit, maybe writing what you're grateful for, or taking a few minutes to reflect on your day. As you feel more comfortable, you can add more habits. Remember, emotional intelligence is not about being perfect. It's about trying, learning, and growing every day. And the good news is, you're already doing that just by listening to this podcast. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Code Your English. Today, we talked about a very important topic, emotional intelligence, or EI. Let's take a moment to go back and remember what we learned. we started by understanding what emotional intelligence really means. In simple words, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your own emotions and the emotions of others. It helps you manage your feelings and your relationships in a healthy way. We also talked about the 5 key areas of emotional intelligence. These are self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. We learned that self-awareness means noticing your emotions and knowing why you feel a certain way. Self-regulation is about controlling your emotions, especially when you feel angry or stressed. Motivation means staying positive and working towards your goals, even when life is hard. Empathy is the ability to understand how other people feel. And social skills help you build good relationships by communicating well and being kind. After that, we explored why emotional intelligence is so important. It helps you make better decisions, handle stress in a smart way, and build stronger relationships with your family, friends, classmates, or coworkers. It also helps you do better in school or at work, because you understand yourself and others more clearly. The main part of today's episode gave you many easy ways to improve your emotional intelligence. You learned how to be more self-aware by asking yourself simple questions or keeping a journal. You learned to manage your emotions by staying calm, counting to 10, or practicing deep breathing. You discovered ways to stay motivated by setting small goals and focusing on positive thoughts. You also learned how to practice empathy by listening more and thinking about how others feel. And you learned how to improve your social skills with small actions like eye contact, kind words, and good listening. At the end, we talked about simple habits you can add to your daily life. You can reflect on your day every night, write one thing you're grateful for, or take time to listen to someone. These small actions, if you do them regularly, will help you grow your emotional intelligence over time. Now, before we finish, I want to ask you to choose just one small thing from today's episode and try it today. Maybe you will take 5 minutes tonight to think about your emotions. Maybe you will try to listen more carefully to a friend or family member. Maybe you will just take a deep breath when something feels stressful. It doesn't have to be big, just one small step. Remember, small steps can lead to big changes if you take them every day. You are already doing something great by listening to this podcast. You're learning, growing, and working to become a better version of yourself. Emotional intelligence is not something you're born with. It's something you can build. And now you have the tools to start. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Code Your English and learned something useful about emotional intelligence. If you found this podcast helpful, please follow, subscribe, or listen again whenever you need a reminder or some extra practice. Remember, every time you listen, you improve your English. And every time you learn something new, you grow stronger and smarter. Let me leave you with a simple but powerful thought. Time is like a river. You can't touch the same water twice. So use your time wisely and don't waste today. Take care, keep learning, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye for now.